Whoa. Alright, so I've got this up to temperature now. It's running, it's up to temperature. It's running smooth. You press the pedal down, it goes up, it goes back down to like 600 RPM. Smooth as a baby's bottom, I'm telling you what. So here's the secret. I kind of mentioned this in the other video, and pointed down here. I've got my sprayer on mist. I've got the intake off over here. The I don't know, Clinton, I don't know what you want to call that. It's an air box. But now this isn't going to hurt one bit. It's an old myth fact trick that I learned a long time ago. You stick that right in there like that. Now it's gonna hesitate and everything else. And I guess I can do it from out here, but I want to watch the RPM. Come around here and show the RPM. So I've got that sitting in there, and I'm going to raise this up to about 2,500 RPMs and keep it there. Now here in a minute, it's sucking down this water, right? You're going to see steam coming out the exhaust here in a minute, and I'll have him get a shot of the steam. As long as that thing still, is it still up in there? Yeah. Okay. What it's doing, it's superheating that water into steam. It's a superheated steam. And it's going to steam clean both of them, all four of them catalytic converters out. May have to get it up to $3,000. This ain't gonna hurt the motor unless you got a really bad motor. They'll go up to $4,000 and hit it's a rev limiter for no load. Of course, when you're hard on it and it's shifting, you'll shift to about 4,700 to $5,000. But $3,000, steady $3,000, not gonna hurt this motor unless you've got a bad motor, low oil, or anything else like that. This motor is a good, solid motor, except for it had that problem. And it ain't producing no steam. You sure it's still sitting in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Drop it down to $2,000 and see what happens. You can hear it kind of miss a little bit. That's because of water. Water is made up of H2O molecules. It takes 1.66 trillion molecules of H2O to make one visible drop of water that will fall to the ground. Don't ask how I know that. I read a lot. That's still not producing these things. That's weird. If I let go all the way down too fast, it'll try to die. I'm gonna keep it running. it go to idle. And there it's at idle. Not really pulling any water because it's sitting in the throttle body. The IAC idle air control solenoid is at the very bottom of that throttle body. You know, a lot of times if you're having problems with that, you can take some valve body cleaner and spray in that little hole down at the bottom. It'll clean all that carbon out of there and fix your IAC. That's what the problem is. A lot of times it's not that the solenoid went bad, it's that it's just got a lot of carbon buildup on it. And I've done it many times, taking those out and redoing. Give me that lighter. I'm gonna smoke a new course. Yeah, so right now it's just idling. I'm letting it heat up a little bit. Letting a little bit of water go in there. I'm at like 1500 right now. Almost normal driving speed is about 1800 at 55, 60 miles an hour. 15 to 18. That's normal RPMs. And over this got that 555 for RE, or I can't remember what they call it. It's a 5-speed automatic. You can do some jiggling around in the valve body and stuff and actually make this into a 6-speed, is what I've been told, what I've read from actual transmission mechanics. But it takes a little bit of doing and a little bit of knowledge. I ain't got the knowledge on this thing. I've rebuilt transmissions, I just ain't not on one of these. This is actually spraying water.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. Go over there and get a shot of that. Believe it or not, that is not going to hurt the motor one bit unless you do it for too long, which is like probably right about now. I mean, it will melt the pistons and scald. See, it just went right back down. All right, I'm going to go over here and pull this out and let it burn the rest of that water out of there. Get a little bit down in that IEC, all at that idle. It's doing the job just like an injector almost. It's misting what the injectors do. They don't squirt, they mist And this is just like a throttle body injection kind of, only not using gas, it's water. Earlier today, I didn't get to sleep till like 12 o'clock this afternoon. I was up for 24 hours, and I drove it down the hill. You know, like I said, I put a new fuel pump in, and it just made the problem worse. I don't know why, but it may be because I I ran out of gas on the way to get the fuel pump changed at Mark Muffler in Bowling Green. There's a little advertisement for you there. They done a good job. It's the mechanic I used to work with, Adam Miller. There's another ad there, Adam. And he's a really good mechanic. He's done a good job. So I don't know why it got worse after he done that. I don't know what, maybe it was actually pushing more fuel to the injectors and clogging up the catalytic converter more. That's what the problem was. I had clogged up catalytic converters. So I just cleaned them out with that, you know, letting it run in there and letting it heat up into super hot steam. But I tried to drive it to town earlier, and the gas hand was on E. Before, when the gas hand was on E, with the old fuel pump, I had like 4 gallons left in the tank. The new pump, I guess the gas hand, when it's on E, it means it's on E. So I had somebody take me and get some, I got some premium gas, the good stuff, and put in there. And drove it into town. It still hesitated a little bit. I think I might have had a little bit of water from that gas jug that I poured gas from the tank on the way to Mark Muffler. So it may have had, because it had been sitting outside and had a little vent hole in it. I got a roofing nail in it, but it still may have got moisture in there. And, you know, a bunch of water maybe. And so I got to town, put 8 gallons in it, running up the road to a gas station about 2 miles away, turned around, come back, got to the car wash, pressure washed the engine off like I used to do. You know, some water to get down in where the coils are. I need to get new boots for these coils, and it'll start stuttering a little bit. But, you know, it dried out pretty quick on my way home. And it came up the hill nice and easy, went up other hills nice and easy. It wasn't missing or anything. So I just shut it off and let it cool down. And I let it cool down, and just now you see me, this is the first time I started it, except for the other video where I was doing a little stick test thing. And so I'll put that as the first update, and then this one as the second update of the first video. I'll try to put some links in the description of the first one. So then if you see this one first, I'll put the links to the other 2 videos. There it is. You hear a slight miss, that's because it's still trying to adjust. I may have to relearn the computer again, reset everything. Now it's like, what the hell's going on? All this oxygen. I don't know what that other atom is that was in there with that oxygen. We call it hydrogen, you know, it's H2O. One hydrogen, two oxygens. And when they're down to the basic molecule level, you know, in vapor, which is steam, they break apart real easily. The hydrogen comes off the oxygen, and it comes out again as steam as it condenses a little bit more. Well, that's another story for another time. H2O condensing and getting colder and making rain. We'll talk about that later, maybe. That's a whole nother genre and science and everything. So, anyways, I thought I'd leave this update as, you know, because like I said, the coils are good. They all fired. I even put spark plugs and plugged the coils back up, cranked the engine over, all 8 of them, and tested the firing. They all fired just like they're supposed to. Pulled the fuel rail out with the injectors. You know, the injectors are connected to the fuel rail. Turned the fuel rail upside down, hooked up a few of the injectors that I could reach with the harness, and the injectors were, you know, misting gas just like they're supposed to. So it's not the injectors, it's not the coils, it's not the plugs. I still may have a head gasket problem. I don't know. I haven't done a compression test, and I haven't done a fuel pressure test as of yet. I may do another video on that. Don't take it as I'm going to do another video, but I may do another. If I do, I'll put links and everything into everything where everything's at. So I may run down to the parts store here in just a minute and get the compression tested and fuel pressure test. They rent them at O'Reilly's and rent them for little or nothing. I took all the other parts back about $300 worth of parts, almost $400. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've got. See ya.